So the Video Game Awards are here, and we know what the nominees are. But more importantly, we know that Nintendo has 2 first-party games nominated for Game of the Year. Not many people, not many companies can do that. Microsoft certainly hasn't done that. Sony hasn't done that. And we have a brand new IP in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and we have the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Now, in my opinion, Tears of the Kingdom within the first hour has much more innovation than any game nominated this year, especially in just the crafting alone. The ideas presented in that game are just mind-blowing. But what I think is important is that Nintendo, the company that was supposed to be slowing down, the company that was supposed to just be very quiet, not release anything really good, and just transition to Switch 2 or whatever it's going to be called, they've just managed to consistently be the best developer when it comes to first-party content. They just create great games, and it continues with Super Mario Bros. Wonder and Tears of the Kingdom. Now, I think that Super Mario Bros. Wonder completely revolutionizes and reinvigorates the 2D Mario series, just in terms of the gameplay, the animation. I do think there's a steep difficulty curve in the middle towards the end. I think people might have a little bit of an issue with that, but ultimately it's just a huge success. And then when you look at Tears of the Kingdom, which is just, again, probably one of the best open world games created. And it's interesting because I'm not a huge fan of Zelda open world. Breath of the Wild, I wasn't quite sure. Tears of the Kingdom, much better, but I do like the old style Zelda, the linear sort of semi-open approach to Zelda and the storytelling. I just like that a little bit better, but I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to Tears of the Kingdom. And again, the crafting system alone and what you can do in that game, just in terms of the creativity, blows away anything else that I've seen from anybody this gen. So we've got 2 games from Nintendo nominated for Game of the Year. I think that that's the story. I really don't care who wins Game of the Year. I really don't think it means much other than the fact that people who are just, casual gamers might run out and buy the game if they don't have it because it won an award. But other than that, it really doesn't mean that the game is better than the other games that are nominated, or even better than games that haven't been nominated. It just means that those are the standouts compared to the other games by a select group of people within the industry. I do happen to agree, though, that Nintendo having 2 games is pretty monumental and speaks to something that Nintendo consistently has figured out, and Sony, in the PS2, PS3, even PS4 generation, they got it. They're kind of moving away from it with PS5, and maybe they're heading back, if the rumors are true, and Microsoft just hasn't figured it out. And that's that, it really doesn't matter to the mass market. I'm not talking about you listening to this video on social media, the large, small group of people that are incredibly vocal. I'm talking about everyone else in the world. They want games that look really good, play really well, and are fun. That's all they care about. They don't care about ray tracing. They don't care about bump mapping. They don't care about AI pathways. They don't care about cloud technology. They just care about putting a game in, looking at it, having a lot of fun with that game, and getting invested in it. There are a lot more of those kind of people than people like you and I who are interested in the fact that the RoboCop game uses global illumination. And it's an amazing game, right? Yeah, it's great. Of course, it sucks that games like that won't be on the Switch, because I would play them there. And I'm not saying that those things aren't important, but I feel like at the end of the day, chasing all of these things, chasing all of these trends, or chasing even all of these technologies that evolve can kind of lead you away from, the basic DNA of video games. And that's just creating things that speak to everyone. Everyone. Don't preach to people. Don't try and convince people how they should think, feel, act. Just create things that speak to everyone. And Nintendo has consistently done that. And the proof, if you're out there saying, not for me, the proof is in the pudding. 2 games. 2 games nominated for Game of the Year. And if you're one of those people that say Nintendo is for kids, I hear it all the time. I grew up with Nintendo. but Nintendo didn't grow up with me. The people saying that are running around shooting lizard men with guns with chainsaws connected to them. I don't know about you, but that doesn't scream mature to me. So it's just all about fun, and it's all about this sort of perception where, I don't want to be seen as the person who plays Nintendo on social media because I'm older. I promise you, look at the success of Nintendo, look at the success of Switch, look at the success of their software, even in generations when their consoles don't sell very well. They know what the mass market wants when it comes to entertainment and when it comes to video games. And I feel like the big story this year when it comes to Game of the Year really isn't who wins, but it's the fact that Nintendo has managed, once again, to use the strength of their creativity and first party to dominate everyone else when it comes to what it is we're all supposed to be doing when it comes to video games, and that's just having fun and playing really good games. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.